Hello and welcome everybody. Happy Tuesday. Certainly a happy Tuesday at the Wildcat Sanctuary with the launch of a new exciting fundraiser for a food and wellness center. And obviously we're going to be doing lots of talking about that and how important and incredible your support is for cats like Kitu, who's kind of the poster child of this special campaign. I'm actually joined by Tammy, who in a moment will be feeding both of these boys, but we're going to welcome everybody. Get excited about this new exciting fundraising campaign that's not only going to benefit cats like Kitu and Lavani and the other 100 plus rescued residents who call the Wildcat Sanctuary home, but also those yet to come. And often, as you can imagine, too, the people who are going to be working in those spaces, like our caretakers and animal care interns. But those are all details that we will unpack today while we celebrate the kickoff of this fundraiser. I'm going to get to welcoming everybody here. Slow trickle in. I see Sharon's here. Hey, Sharon. Happy Tuesday. Really a slow trickle. Hey, Lois. How's it going? Thanks for joining us today. Hey, Ellen Simmons. Another sanctuary stroll, you say? That's right. A little bit of a sanctuary stroll right now with the cheetahs, but obviously with the launch of this new fundraising campaign, we're actually going to be doing some feeding. I have Tammy here right behind me, and we're obviously going to talk about these diets and how this new food and wellness center is going to be integral to making sure that the...
Feed them right here.
Sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And how integral this new food and wellness center is for not only just preparing food, but making sure that we are following through with the specialized diets that every single one of our residents have here, with Kitu being one of them. And that's Mr. Kitu kind of trolling on over here. Hey, Kathy Barton, thanks for joining us here. I'm going to step right back here as Mr. Kitu comes up to get his piece. And so cheetahs, Kitu and Lavani, and we'll use Mr. Kitu as our poster child here, is that these guys have IBD. And with that irritable bowel disease, as you would imagine, we have to make some kind of customizations or specializations in their diet. And so right now, these guys are just getting a snack. But for Kitu's diet, for example, he has a rather intricate meal. And that's going to consist of specially cut beef strips. It's going to consist of something that we call, oh, look at that sharing. That was a little Lady and the Tramp moment right there. And it's going to consist of a zoo diet as well, which is going to be ground meat, organ meat, and things like that, as well as some supplements that's going to help with that IBD, like Fortiflora and milk thistle. And so I just described Kitu's diet, and that's a pretty itemized list. And if you think that we have over 100 plus cats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and for the most part, none of those diets are identical. And it's just incredible that every single morning here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, our caretakers and animal care interns come together, and it takes them about 5 hours to prep the food that's going to be fed out that day. And that includes making sure that every single T is crossed and I is dotted to make sure that cats like Kitu are getting the specific medications and supplements he needs. And so as you can see, they are still giving Tammy some longing eyes there, but these guys both enjoyed a snack as we've been starting to talk about this fun campaign. Good to see everybody joining us. I definitely want to hear if some of you have given a gift of $100 or more, because that's what's exciting about this campaign. I'm gonna go grab. I definitely want to send $100 or more for me. I'm just going to wait till I get speaking for 1 second, everybody. I appreciate your patience. The internet was being a little funky with me. But as I was saying, definitely give a shout out in the comments. I'd love to acknowledge anyone who's given a gift of $100 or more, because that means you have officially claimed a Kitu paw print and Kitu and Lavani thank you card. That is very simply Kitu's pug mark right on that piece of paper. And you guys have participated in some of these fundraising campaigns before and have collected some paw prints from our rescued residents. So I can only imagine many of you are eager to add this one to your collection. But right now we've been talking a little bit about the campaign, obviously hanging out with Kitu and Lavani. But Tammy and I are also going to be heading up to the prep room so we can really kind of show you some of the things that we have planned for this project and how you guys are going to help us execute it. I'm going to catch up on some comments here. It seems like a service area right there. Sure, yeah, we can head up, no problem. And thank you, everyone, for the stars. Facebook seems like it's making a little bit of a transition that you guys know. I'm driving and live posting. That's quite the feat.
I'm super excited about this new fundraiser. We can take off our masks while we're away from the cats.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about the new fundraiser because
I'm gonna flip it. Sweaty in here, Judson.
Just got done with the Animal Care Center, and the Food and Wellness Center is so important. Our caretakers spend so many hours of the day in there, customizing every meal, every medication. Not even just the medications, but the type of meat, the size of meat, if it's boneless, if it has bone in, for the cats. And it's really time to upgrade. We have been here since 2006, started with 40 cats. We're now over 120 cats, and we have not increased the size of the prep and food prep area at all. I also know that Food and Wellness Center can be a mouthful, so we've kind of nicknamed it as Kitu's Kitchen, and of course want to have a sign for Kitu in the new food and prep area. But come along with us. I want to take you on a tour of how your donations will transform this building and the work we do for all the meals. So we're gonna pull up here.
And transform is such an accurate word too. The caretaker UTV behind us, and I'll certainly reiterate some of the things that Tammy was talking about. And she was right. This the name of this fundraiser certainly is a mouthful, but what we're entering will soon be called Kitu's Kitchen.
And I'm going to stay away from the food since I don't have my mask on right now, but the food is covered. So this is our old prep room, and if you remember, this side of the building is the same size as that old hospital was. In this building right now, it's not commercial food grade because we have the washer and dryer in here. We have the hot water heater. We have the furnace. We have all that. But if you look, we have such a customization for every animal. If you look at these whiteboards, not only the food they need, the medications they need. If you look down here, and behind Judson, there's also a double-sided rack of the medications and supplements we give each day. And then, not only about the food we do, but the meds we do, the cleanup of all this work is really hard to be in the small space. And then you have the washer and dryer going. You know, this served us okay in the beginning, but it is time to upgrade. And what that means is this building is going to be demoed. We are tearing out all the tin. We're tearing out all the electric. The floors in both rooms needs to be cut up so that drains can be put in for washing. We're going to take you back here real quick. Remember, this used to be our hospital. So what we're going to first do, because we can't be without a food prep area for the cats, this side of the building's getting demolished. From the doors, we're going to have commercial doors. We're having waterproof electric. We're going to have over here 2 stainless steel wash stations and hopefully a sanitizer as well. Behind Judson is going to be all the cutting stations by zone. So, and then what we won't have in here once all these cabinetries comes down is we won't even have a cooler. The washer and dryer will stay up front. So everything in this building will be taken down to turn into a food prep area. It's a big job. And it's going to cost us about $150,000. And so your $100 not only goes for a good cause, but gets you Kitu's paw print and this wonderful photo card as our way of saying thank you. But any amount goes so far. The sinks are about $1,500 a piece. Each cutting table, it's just all stainless steel, is $2,500. And what I'm really excited about is part of this program is you saw me feeding with tongs. but we want to do food shoots for all the cats in their indoor buildings so they can get large chunks of meat, like when we do food foraging for enrichment, so that they can do more natural eating, natural behaviors, and those are about $300 a piece. And think of, we're going to need dozens and dozens of food shoots, and they're all going to be stainless steel, but it is another way to make life better for the cats. And you can donate
Exactly.
at this link. You can donate at our website at wildcatsanctuary.org. You can call Lynette at 320-245-6871. And, all this awesome stuff, I'm so excited about this project, isn't enough. Like, we have a donor matching donations, dollar for dollar, up to $45,000. So if we can even get that $45,000 match, we're at $90,000. We're closer to our goal. And the good news is we've already have contractors lined up that are available the end of June to start this project. The commercial doors we need are 6 to 8 weeks away. But the reason it's the Food and the Wellness Center is because, yes, we'll be cutting food prep in here, but those medication, those supplements are about wellness. But you see behind me even some of this enrichment storage and customized storage. This is going to turn into our meat room. Then up front, we will be replacing the washer and dryer with a high capacity washer and dryer, which will cut down the time they're doing Bengal labor like crazy. We'll have lockers in here for the caretakers. We're also going to have a kiosk so they can enter all their animal observations here. And all these whiteboards that are covered up, we want to go high tech and actually turn them into smart boards that have cover coatings for waterproof in the food prep area, so that we have a way of always keeping a history of the diet and medications to refer back to. And that will be so much easier to maintain everything. The caretakers will have a place to store their things. We'll have great place to store supplies and enrichment that is away from the commercial food room. So it all seems pretty easy, but it means we're going to take this down to the bones. We're going to make it rodent-proof, bug-proof. We need new doors, new electric, new plumbing, new drains, new floor. But we're going to make it happen, and I know with your help we can. And so the Food and Wellness Center, or we like to say Kitu's Kitchen, is awesome. And we know $100 means so much. But for those of you that want to do something bigger or leave a legacy, at the $5,000 or more level, you can be a founding member of this project. You can have your name on the wall, just like we do at the Animal Care Center, your name posted in uproar. We are looking for founding members too. We know it's a big commitment, but it is such an important commitment to the sanctuary. When I come in here, I just can't believe this used to be our hospital.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that, you've really been kind of going into detail, and I get stuck on the high level, the simple fact that this building has not changed for 16 years.
Absolutely. So we've been here for 16 years, and this was the original building on the property
Yeah.
when we moved in. It was an old pull building that we just kind of had our volunteers and stuff help. It's time to upgrade, and it's time to meet the needs of the animals out there. And like I said, it's not only going to help staff in here, but to give these animals these new food shoots is going to be awesome, that they can grab pieces of meat. We can do it safely. We don't have to open doors to do food foraging like we do. We'll take you along for the ride of the construction demo too. It's going to be a process, because as we try to construct and still work, it'll be crazy. But Kitu is just one example of cats that come to us with digestion issues, or that need extra calcium, or that need pain management in older ends, or cats that have had bowel obstructions, can't have a bone in their diet. That customization will never change. It'll just make this much, much more efficient and much more, we want to be commercial grade. The least amount of bacteria and things that can go into the cats, the more it helps their overall wellness and health. And so we're excited about this project for sure. And of course, the Bengals and hybrids will not ever go without. They still have their customized diets, as well as their chicken mince and everything else that you guys help provide. The Bengals and the hybrids are just as important as the big cats. So that, they'll be included in that as well. So definitely remember that $100 or more donation, especially, now through the end of the month, will get you this paw print and the photo card to add to that collection you already have. Your donation will be doubled. And if you want to and have it in your heart to give more, you can help cover costs by giving to the fund for the food shoots, the sinks we're gonna need, down to everything, faucets. But anybody, no matter what you give, $100 or more will get you that paw print. So even if you give to, the general part of the program, a larger amount, you'll still get that special keepsake.
Awesome. And just to follow up with that, any kind of final details that they would want to learn about this campaign, they can find on a kind of blog on our website.
Yeah, wildcatsanctuary.org. We have listed, and we will be sending out a direct mail so that you can learn everything about this renovation project, and share the news. We only have a certain amount of time. When we have contractors available, especially now with limited supply chains, limited vendors, we are grabbing hold and saying, yep, let's start this project. And then our goal will have it completed by fall. So we'll definitely bring you along for the ride. And over the next few weeks of this campaign, Judson and I are going to really share some special feeding moments, behind the scene moments. And, as always, stay tuned to the end of the month, because we'll have a marathon live post day that takes you behind the scenes of what it really is like to feed the cats at the sanctuary, and getting up and close and personal with each of the residents and the caretakers, and what it means to feed big cats here is a once-of-a-kind experience. So definitely stay tuned. And,
awesome.
Thank you for being a part of such a critical project.
That's exactly right. And it's just so cool to see just how inspired and impressed people are with kind of your ambitions for this. And it's exciting that you guys are going to be right there alongside with us to make it happen. So I think with that, Tammy did an excellent job of covering everything, and I even got to learn a couple extra things as I followed along with her on her pointing everything out. I'm sure you did. But everyone, thanks for kicking off the campaign today. Tammy, any final words?
Nope. Stay tuned, and I'm really, really excited. I know the Animal Care Center meant a lot to me. This project means so much to the cats, but also the caretakers said they're more excited about this project than they were the Animal Care Center. So we really appreciate any help you can give. Share, and let us get us to our goal.
Let's do it. Thank you, everyone. Have an excellent rest of your day, and we'll see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary tomorrow.